Welcome to Think Different podcast. We're thrilled to have you on the show today, sharing your insights and your unique perspectives on the future of healthcare. Thanks for joining us on the journey of thinking differently. Welcome, Claudia. How are you?
Good. It's a pleasure to be on.
How can future physicians help support their patients' mental health?
All right, so mental health is a serious issue that is often overlooked. And I believe that future physicians can better support their patients' mental health by first acquiring training in mental health during their medical education. They can
Right.
also, Mhm. So in their office visits, they can incorporate some mental health routine checks because sometimes the patients come in to say that they're having an issue, they're sick, but really and truly they're having a mental problem and they just don't want someone to talk to about it. So they
Right.
have to first create a space where patients feel comfortable to discuss not only physical health issues but also mental health issues.
Okay, that's true. But is it there a time where persons actually one-on-one with that patient, to comfort them instead of just using, medical diagnosis?
Yes, I recommend that doctors, and there are doctors who do that. So I recommend that the doctors do that. So sometimes when the patients come and they realize that they come for a health condition, then after talking to the patient, I realize that the patient has other things going on. It's okay
Right.
for you as a doctor to check up on the patient and have a conversation with them once they're comfortable sharing.
Okay, that's good. What techniques would be helpful for medical students in managing stress and preventing burnt out?
So this is another important topic. So to manage stress, one, you have to have good time management skills. And I know a lot of people say it, but really and truly you have to create something that works for you. Create a schedule that works for you. You have to balance study, you have to be balancing your clinical duties and also personal time. It's very important that you don't just spend time on work only, but you do incorporate other things. You have to have techniques like some relaxation techniques because it is there's time when the workload gets overbearing and you
Right.
need to have some things in place to relax your mind. Another thing too, you need to have a good support group. So you need persons around who understand your condition that you're in and they're able to support you. It'd be good if it's person from the same field, even if it's someone else, they'll be
Right.
able to assist you. Importantly as well, physical health is very important. So you have to ensure that you get enough sleep. You have to ensure that you also exercise and you're eating healthy. So,
That's
and you
true.
have to, and it's good for you to set personal goals so you can achieve them. So don't just be going through school and not have a goal. Say, okay, my goal for this semester is to get a 3.7 GPA. My goal is to get all A's. It's good when you have goals. You're working towards something. You're more productive that way.
That's true. But one of the things that you would usually practice would be what?
Okay, so for me, I am a river person. So whenever I have a lot of work doing, sometimes I'll just go by a river area or a beach side and do my assignments there, relax my mind when I'm finished. Or even if I need a break, I like to go to the river to take a break. If it's even for an hour to relax my mind and then start again.
No?
Sometimes I even go for a walk early in the morning, and it's good in the morning before you start off your day, exercise. You get to release dopamine, and you realize that you have a more productive day when you start off your day with an exercise.
Yeah, that's true. Why is it important to reduce the stigma discussions about mental health in the healthcare?
So, for one, it's very important for it to recognize that mental health is a key component for our health, right? And
Right.
so the patients are more likely to seek help from us when they realize that we prioritize mental health. So what we need to do as medical professionals, one, to reduce the stigma and encourage patients whenever they're having issues, they should feel comfortable to speak with us because we're not just here for them to help with their physical issues, but also mental issues. Another thing too is that we need to, as medical professionals, get some training in mental health, and we can also have a mental health caregiver in our facility that would help us to say if we realize that we have a patient that's having that issue, we can just refer them to the psychiatrist or psychologist.
Okay, that's good. What are some groundbreaking approaches that could be integrated into like mental health as it relates to medical practices?
All right, so for one, we have technology now being advanced. So an innovative way to do it too is to one, we can have telemedicine, so we can be all over the world and we can communicate with patients over the different platforms.
Right,
You have apps that you can use to check up on your patient. So like let's say for example, let me use the flow app. So for females who use the flow app, you can check in how you're feeling for the day. So we
right,
could
yeah, for
create
sure.
an app like that that could check up on a patient, like they check in to see how they're feeling today. And you as a doctor, you can check the app to see a patient's progress. And if you realize that the patient is off, you can give them a check-in. So we can use up our digital tools. We can also have more training programs for the physicians for them to understand better mental health, get a better understanding of it so they can relate to their patients more. And we can have community outreach programs. And even in the medical facility, we can have programs like probably once a year or twice a year where we involve the patients, check up on them, keep something for them to let them some appreciation to let them know that they're loved. And we're not just, as I said, we're here to help everyone feel better. Mental health is very important, so we should definitely prioritize it.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of key points there. But I've spoken to persons before and they're saying they're not sure if there's anything put in place in terms of supporting people's mental health, and they don't think that it's been put out there with great emphasis to say, mental health actually matters, especially with how the system is right now with people and how they're operating. And, everybody's a bit stressed and still a bit depressed from, the after COVID math.
Well, there's actually a mental health awareness month, which is May. I can't speak for every single medical facility, but I know some facilities will have like they on the for the month they would post some encouraging tips for the patients to see the persons that go to that facility.
Right,
They would
yeah.
see, but I think more offices and more medical facilities should prioritize doing this, and not just only in May when it's mental health awareness month, but right throughout the year.
Okay, that's good. How can medical students become effective advocates for improving mental health resources?
So firstly, for you to become an advocate, you have to have the knowledge. So you need to educate yourselves first and educate persons around you about the importance of mental health resources and awareness. And what they can do too is they could create some organizations that are geared towards ensuring everyone's mental health is okay. They can also be innovative, conduct some research and have some outreach programs to check up on the patients. They can also use different platforms to interact with people. So they can use different social media, can give talks. Just like here on YouTube, we can have YouTube talks and have patients watch it, just to feel better. And to know that if they're struggling with something, they're not the only one and that they have a way out.
That's true. That's true. What advice have you followed through with and you'd want to share to others, that it works for you?
All right, definitely. What should I say? As it pertains to like school or just overall in life.
For both. You can give one for school and one for just generally in life.
All right, so for school, when you get a task, ensure that you work on it. Don't wait, don't procrastinate. Start from early because you might think that you have enough time, but time is going by so quickly. So don't procrastinate. Get at it as you get the task. So start working on it. Another thing too, do not compare yourself to anyone. Everyone is working at a different timeline. So something might happen for someone in a year, it might happen for you in 5 years. But just trust that once you do your part, God will do his part as well, and you have nothing to worry about.
Nice. That's some sound advice. Thank you, Claudia, for being on the platform and sharing your insights.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.